觉得今天明显男生的声音比较多，先喊一声吧，我听听男女生比例。Okay, I didn't tell him to say that actually. I was just saying that it sounds like there's more guys in the audience today than any time that I've been in this room. 所有的现场的观众朋友、媒体朋友，还有通过搜狐视频直播正在观看我们这一次特别节目的朋友们，欢迎大家来到 Nina Dobrev 搜狐行的现场，我是扎可欣，很开心的又一次在这带给大家《吸血鬼日记》这部大热美剧的第3位主演来到我们现场的这次活动。Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, I'm Kelly Chan. I'm thrilled to be here. You've met Paul Wesley, you've met Ian Somerhalder, and here is Nina Dobrev today from Vampire Diaries. She's Elena, she's Catherine, she's Amara, she's Nina, and she's here in the flesh. 今天呢，我们现场的这个各位男孩女孩们，尤其是男孩们，运气太好了，可以看到活生生的 Nina。我觉得关于 Nina 其实不用做太多介绍了，你们肯定也不想听我在这儿唠唠叨叨。一会儿我们就请她上来跟我们直接聊。在这要说两句，搜狐视频的美剧平台呢，去年10月份的时候强势开展了搜狐视频美剧月。那大家在这个平台上呢，可以看到非常多部的优秀美剧，而且是跟美国同步播出的。那现在呢，在我们这个平台上已经有78部美剧，其中14部都是得过艾美奖的。那在现在呢，2014年首次是推出了春夏季，引进了很多部夏季美剧，包括《末日孤舰》、《谜案追凶》、《蛇蝎女佣》、《陨落星辰》、《夜班医生》、《海盗王国》，全是4个字的名字的美剧。希望大家呢有空可以在更新的时候到网上去看一看，选择你喜欢的。那刚才也说过了，在这个舞台上呢，我们请到过了这个吸血鬼兄弟2个的扮演者，今天稍后我们就请 Nina 来跟我们聊一聊天。在这里呢，也给大家来介绍一下我们今天到场的嘉宾，包括有粉丝堂中国区总裁刘嘉阳，粉丝堂 US Operation Director Anthony Colucci， 力士资深品牌经理赖克，力士助理品牌经理王倩文。在这里也非常感谢力士品牌对我们这次活动的大力支持。那哎呀，我就少说废话吧。而且其实关于 Nina， 我想你们都已经很熟悉了。咱们先看看，通过一个小小的短片，回顾一下她扮演的《吸血鬼日记》里面的那些角色。
For centuries, supernatural creatures have lived among us.
They were vampires, werewolves, doppelgangers, witches.
And even hybrids.
Now I'm one of them, a vampire. And everything I used to feel has changed.
Your feelings for him have been magnified. I can't do this, Elena. Not anymore.
I know.
Being around you drives me nuts. And not being around you drives me nuts.
I am not sorry, but I'm in love with you. Damon. I patented myself into Elena's cute little head. I'm sorry, Damon. Over.
What are we gonna do?
Lock her up. Make her life a living hell.
You boys want to play games? Let's see who breaks first. My hair is going gray and my teeth are falling out. I'm not sure what that suggests, but it's definitely not health.
You're aging, Catherine. You have a few months.
Dying of old age. Goodbye.
You're Catherine Pierce. Suck it up.
Have a nice human life, Catherine.
Woo! Are you ready for Nina? Yes? Really? Okay, one more time. Are you ready for Nina? Really? Okay, one last time. Are you ready for Nina? Okay, I think you can come now. Yeah, it's okay. We'll give it to them. Okay.
I love you guys too.
哎 ，hold 住，控制住。刚才那位是谁？周围的人给他喝口水。哦，是你啊，还挺活泼的嘛。OK， 好，你可以那个积攒精神，一会儿可以提问哈，一会儿我们有机会跟大家直接的聊天。Woo, so you made it.
I made it.
I hear you've had a pretty packed trip so far.
Yeah, I just got here yesterday morning, and it's been very intense. I've had photo shoots, I've met some fans, and I had dinner in Beijing. It's been really, really cool, actually. But I haven't even seen half of what I want to see, not even a quarter.
You know, and I think they haven't really seen half of what they want to see of you. I'm getting this great view of this hairdo. Do you think we can actually show them the back of your hair?
Yeah,
我觉得今天
sure.
主要是 Nina 的这个发型。How about turning around for us? Wow. 太美了。可以鼓掌，
Thank you.
不用不好意思。
I think
Okay.
the woman behind the hairstyle is right there.
Great job. I wish I had more hair so I could do something like that.
That's Rihanna Capri, who's my hairstylist from Los Angeles.
Well,
And
welcome,
she's
Rihanna.
the best. She creates everything that you ever see when I'm on a carpet.
Awesome. Okay.
Thank you.
So who is this today? You know, it must be so much fun being on a show where if you tune in at any given moment, you really don't know what you're watching. You know, it's kind of like if you don't follow it, you're absolutely lost because not only does the storyline, that might throw you, that happens with all shows, right?
Yeah.
But in this show in particular, there's so many doppelgangers that you don't know who you're watching or who you're looking at. How does that feel?
Half the time, I don't know who I'm playing.
Honestly?
No, I'm kidding. But it's so confusing. You're right. Whenever I tell anyone, if they haven't seen the show and they want to watch it, I always say start from the beginning because you will have absolutely no idea what's happening if you just tune in. You have to fall in love with the characters and sort of like follow their story to appreciate and understand what's happening now. Yeah, it's very tricky and it's very challenging to have to do all the different characters because I really do want them to be so different and you know, stand alone. But that's the fun part. That's what I love about it.
Exactly. That's what I was going to ask. I mean, it must be awesome.
Yeah.
How can you ever work on something else, you know, that doesn't let you be so sweet and lovely and then, you know, bitchy and crazy and all that stuff? I mean,
Yeah, I mean, that's the good thing about this show because a lot of people, they say that they get bored after 6 years on a television show, which I understand, but I don't actually feel that way in my case because I play so many different roles that it's always different and I'm happy. But I can't speak for Ian and Paul. Maybe they're bored. I'm kidding.
well, speaking of Ian and Paul, so we were just chatting before he came in here. So you're the third person from the main cast of this amazing love triangle. Both Paul and Ian have been here already. Have they shared any stories of being in China with you?
Yeah, I was here a few years ago with Ian in 2012, maybe 13, in Shanghai. I didn't come to Beijing, but Shanghai is beautiful as well, and everybody's just so passionate. I mean, if you looked in the audience right now, everyone's standing, trying to get as close to the cameras as possible.
It's like a rock concert.
You know, coming to China really makes me feel like I'm Justin Bieber or someone like that because everybody's so excited. I feel like a rock star.
You know, is it different in other parts of the world? It's different than in the U.S.
It depends on where we are. In
Right.
bigger cities, sometimes there's a lot of the same kind of reaction, but in Atlanta where we live, nobody cares at all.
Really?
But that's
Because they see you all the time.
yeah.
You know, I
They're
asked.
like, oh, there's that girl again from the show. You know, they get they're just like they're over it. It's been 6 years, but I like that. We feel like we have a chance to live a normal life, and that's amazing.
Right. I remember talking to Paul on his first trip here. He's from Poland, right?
Yes.
And he said when he's walking on the streets of Poland, people recognize him all the time, and it's similar to the reaction as in China. But I'm sure if you go to Bulgaria, it's the same reaction. But who would think China, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I wonder, what is it about the show that everyone loves so much? Do you have...
You know, actually, this is okay. I'm gonna.
What are the favorite things?
I'm gonna give somebody this opportunity to be interviewed by you. Okay, one person. Okay, it's in English. If you think you can speak very well in English and tell exactly what you like about the show. 还有谁有信心？现在只剩你戴眼镜，都戴眼镜，不是。红衣服。好 ，English, okay. Okay, the show. Why do you love the show?
Thank you.
Okay, that's
But
not-
why do you love the
Why?
show? What is your favorite thing about the show?
The vampire is always my favorite thing in the show, and
Oh.
yeah, you know, Nina, the DC comic the comic book has published this comic, The Vampire Diaries, and I'm a translator, and I can translate this comic into Chinese, and for most of your audience and fans, and more people can read this comic book, and they will love the Vampire Diaries. So,
Thank you.
last time I came here, I asked the same question for Korea, and this time I want to ask you. So, would you mind me to translate this comic book for more people?
Go ahead.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
谢谢。
And I want to say this because you know, this is our long life hobby, and we will always support you. All of us came
All
here
right.
support you. Yeah.
Thank you very much.
You know, actually,
谢谢。
he's very eloquent, even though his pronunciation could use some work, but he's very eloquent.
Yeah, I understood. Yeah, absolutely. I appreciate it. Thank you.
好，谢谢，谢谢。
谢谢。
All right. Speaking of those boys on the show.
Yes.
So what is happening with Damon?
If he's dead? Oh. Well, Damon. Wait, what episode are you on?
Well, I think everybody's done with.
You're caught up?
I personally am not, but I know what's happened. Everybody watch. Everybody know what happens to Damon.
At the end of season 5? Okay, yeah. So, oh, right?
That's it. Oh,
That's all I can tell you. Poor Damon and Elena. They're gonna miss each other so much, right?
So, can we expect to see his face at all in season 6? Do you think?
Well, in pictures. If Elena pulls up her iPhone and sees a picture of Damon, maybe, yeah. I can't tell you what happens. I wish, but then I'd have to kill you. Or bite you.
I was gonna ask you, in a vampire kind of way?
Yeah. And then you're like, well, in that case.
No, actually, that's interesting because, okay, nobody else has ever offered to bite me. And I'm very
Are
curious.
you sure about that?
I think I'm pretty sure. Do you think that you can honor me with the experience of just seeing a vampire close up enough to feel like you're going to bite me? Is that possible? Just for this, you know, it would change my life, I think.
Okay. I could do it, yeah. You have to stand up for me to... No, you're too tall. Sit back down. So, I mean, vampires are kind of sexy, so you have to come in slowly. Yep, I bit her.
I have to give you a hug for that.
Be careful, you might turn into a vampire now. Did it hurt? Did I hurt you?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not from hurting. But it is really an experience. You're very good. Okay, I need. 对，他们都吓坏了。看着像真的吗？ OK。其实我最近就在我们这个棚里还扮过吸血鬼。哎呀，以后有机会再给你们大家看吧。Actually,
I think you have an actual bite mark on your neck right now. I think I did it too hard.
They look like a hickey. I'm gonna have some explaining to do later.
Yes.
All right, where were we? I do have an agenda. Okay. So, if Damon's out of the picture, there's no more love triangle. It's like a love straight line.
Yeah, I guess so. Like a back and forth line.
Right.
So maybe that will mean that Elena will finally go off somewhere else and meet someone new. Who knows? I don't know. They actually really truly don't tell me what happens. I have no idea what happens.
So when do you start production on the next season?
Next Friday. Yeah.
Yeah.
I fly back next week.
You haven't read the new script yet?
No, I haven't.
Honestly?
No, I
They don't
haven't.
show you until when?
Until I think I'll get it 3 or 4 days before we start filming.
Wow, 所以 Nina 真心不知道真心不知道下面发生什么事情。他们开拍前3-4天的时候，他才会拿到剧本，他才知道，所以不是 不是他不告诉我们. Okay, I want to establish that Nina is very nice and sweet. She's not withholding information. She really doesn't know. Well, but speaking of deaths, Damon wasn't the only one, right? That got killed in this last season. So,
Yeah.
So really no more Catherine.
Oh, yeah. No
Do
more
you- are you
Catherine.
gonna- are you gonna
Again,
miss-
everyone, ready? No more Catherine. Aww. Yeah, I know. I'm sad too.
Are you really going to miss her? I mean, what about Catherine? What is it exactly about her that you're going to miss the most?
I'm gonna miss playing her and getting to be bitchy and not getting in trouble for it. You know.
That's the best thing, isn't it? I mean, it's awesome to play villains.
Yeah, you get to do things that I personally would never do otherwise. But at the same time, I'm not gonna miss the bags under my eyes because I'm so tired, and I'm not gonna miss. Actually, that's about the only thing I won't miss. I will miss Catherine very much. She was a lot of fun to play.
Yeah, is she gonna, I mean, will we see her in the spin-off? Is she gonna,
Not the spin-off.
No?
I'm not going to be going to the originals, but who knows? Maybe there'll be flashbacks back to the 1400s, 1800s.
Right.
We do that a lot, so that's possible. But I don't know. I haven't heard that we're going to do that. Nobody told me that.
So then it would be a stupid question to ask how long you think the show is gonna run for.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, if it were up to you, would you really want it to just, go on forever and ever, or for like 10 years, 15 years?
Wow,
What do you think?
That's a long time. I'll be 45 when I end the show.
But it's already been 5 years. I mean, that's
Yeah.
pretty amazing, right? That's a huge chunk of your life.
Yeah, I eventually want to have kids and a family, so probably not 15 years. But I don't know. I think as long as people are watching and the ratings are good and the stories are good and it's interesting, then we should keep going. But if the quality starts to not be as good, or if, I don't know, every show that I've loved and watched always ends on a good note. I don't want to start going down. So eventually I don't know. We'll see. I guess time will tell. I got another question I can't fully answer.
Right. But would you, if you were to have family and kids, would you stop acting? Probably not, right?
I'd take a break eventually. Yeah, I'd take a break because I don't want to have somebody else raise my kids. I would want to raise my kids. So, like I said, that's not going to happen for a while. Mm-hmm. You'll be seeing a lot of me, hopefully, for at least 5 or 10 years. But yeah, I want to be a good mom. I don't want to not be there.
I have seen, which movie was it? I saw The Roommate.
Oh, you did?
Yes,
I haven't
I
actually
did.
seen the
You
movie.
haven't?
No.
Well, I mean,
I know I'm in it. I know.
Right. Yeah, by the way, you're in that movie, Yeah, and then you were in the movie with Emma Watson, right?
That one I saw, yes.
Right, the Wallflower Confessions of
Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Perks of Being a Wallflower. How different is it for you doing film and TV? I mean, TV is like a day job, right? But
Yeah.
what's the difference for you?
I always say that TV has been like boot camp, like the show has been like a actor boot camp, because I've gotten to do drama and comedy and action and all these different genres. So I feel like I'm ready eventually when I start doing more movies to do anything. I'll be prepared. If they say jump off a cliff, I'll be like, okay, no problem. If they say take a gun, I'll shoot everybody. Like, just kidding. Like in the movie.
Right.
But I just, I'm ready for that kind of stuff, and I'm looking forward to doing more of it.
Well, what do you think has been the most challenging for you, or has been the most daring? Let me phrase it that way for the show that you've done.
On our show, I think playing the two roles, playing scenes with myself, not having anyone there and having to cry or, that kind of stuff has been the most difficult. But I think in terms of the real, the movie world, I'd say the comedies have been the hardest. I did a comedy last summer that is coming out next month. In 1 month, it's called Let's Be Cops.
Okay.
And I feel like that one was really, really scary because I've never done comedy. But it's really funny. I just watched it, so I'm really excited about it. And I just did another movie that I finished a month ago called Final Girls. And that's another comedy.
That's coming out.
It's like a horror comedy. It's like a scary comedy. And that one's coming out next year, and it's going to be, again, it's really hard. Comedy is actually harder than drama. I can cry like that.
Making people laugh is not
it's
easy,
not
right?
easy.
It's not. I mean, is it more the physical comedy? I mean, what do you think is your style?
Physical comedy is easy. I trip and fall in my real life, like every 25 seconds. Look, Rihanna's laughing. She's like, yep,
Really?
she does fall. But yeah, I mean, look at this.
What happened?
I don't want to open it to be a woman, but yeah, I hurt myself all the time.
That's from a fall.
Just because it's from a shark bite.
Are you serious?
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, hey. See,
I made you laugh.
that's good.
But yeah, so no, I was in Bali last week. And
I'm going next week.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
We're gonna have to talk about this after because I love Bali. I had so much fun.
Okay, because I'm gonna go diving and I don't know where to go.
Yes,
That's
be
why
careful the
shark
sharks.
bite. I know, that's why the shark bite. I was like, are you really serious?
No.
Okay, anyway.
No, there's a thing called a Bali kiss,
Ah,
and they warn you that everyone leaves Bali with a kiss.
okay.
And look at her face. She's like, whoa.
I have enough.
No, but it's the scooters because you drive scooters everywhere, and the back of the scooter is hot, like the exhaust. So I was getting off the scooter and I touched the exhaust and it burned my leg.
Ouch.
Yeah, but it'll be a cool scar,
Yeah,
and then I'll
yeah.
keep telling people it's a shark, and it'll sound even cooler.
Yeah, and they're all great memories, right? Burnt
Yeah.
everywhere into your body.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, you stay in awesome shape. I know you're busy, you work out, you do yoga. You were a gymnast, weren't you? Were you a professional gymnast?
For a while, I competed when I was younger, and then there's a thing called aesthetic gymnastics in Canada, well, worldwide actually, but I was on Team Canada for aesthetic gymnastics.
Meaning pretty-looking gymnastics? Is that what it means?
Do you know what rhythmic gymnastics is?
Don't know anything
It's like
about
with
gymnastics.
ribbons and
Oh, right, those.
yeah. So it's that, but group, like synchronized
Oh, cool.
rhythmic gymnastics. It's a new sport called aesthetic gymnastics, and I did that for when I was until 16, maybe,
So like synchronized swimming on land.
with ribbons and things, and flips and splits
Can
and a whole
you
bunch
still
of
do all
stuff.
that?
Some things, yeah. As I get older, I get more afraid because I'm such a klutz and I fall all the time that I'll break my neck.
It's really interesting. The most graceful-looking people are often the biggest klutzes. You know,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
one of the ironies
Yeah.
of life. Like in front of people, you try to be graceful, and you turn around, and you fall on your face.
Well, that's my problem. I was trying to figure it out why I'm like that because it's like a problem. And I think...
Did not think we would be talking about this.
Yeah, well, I think it's because I get so focused into whatever I'm doing. Like if I'm having a conversation, I'll be walking, and then I'll hit a pole. I'll literally walk into a pole or a garbage can or something because I'm just not paying attention to anything but what's in front of me. Mm-hmm. So that's my problem.
That's a good thing, I guess, right?
I suppose so, yeah.
Yeah, so, well, being that focused, you're very focused on your career, acting. We talked about, okay, so if you had kids, maybe you would take a break for a little bit, but would you ever do a career change? I mean, do you think there's anything else that you would do besides being an actress?
I don't think I would do a career change. If I continue to be successful in work and people still want to hire me, I'd love to keep doing this for a very long time, but I do have other interests. I want to open up a yoga studio, and I'm interested in business and...
You are?
Yeah.
That's really different from everything else. Like, in what capacity?
I mean, starting to open up the yoga studio is what's kind of gotten me interested in that, because I like seeing the whole aspect in like promotion and also marketing and like business plans and finance and like there's so much like construction and decorating and
All that.
there's just so much and it's so fun and
Have
it's
you
a
started?
lot of work.
Have you
but
started already?
I've started a little bit, but it takes a long time when you're filming 15-hour days.
Where is it going to be?
6 days a year. 6 days a year. 6 days a week. Like, you're not busy.
Yeah, just 6 days, really? But where, do you have a location yet? Or city, at least? Or continent?
I'm going to start in Atlanta because I'm there, so I can actually be there and do things. But the plan is to expand to LA, New York, and then maybe Beijing. Would you guys come to yoga at my studio? Yeah. All right, I'm definitely opening up one in Beijing.
Yeah, and you're gonna have more guys doing yoga than ever, than people have ever seen. But so you're living full time in Atlanta these days, even when you're not during hiatus and stuff.
No, because we film for 9 months out of the year, so it feels like I live there. Yeah, for sure. My home, I bought a place there, but right now I'm on hiatus, so I haven't been home in 3 months. Not once. I haven't even walked the door.
But home is there.
Is there, yeah. But I've shot the movie in Louisiana, and then I traveled Europe for press, and now I'm here in Beijing. So I've just been traveling and working, but also playing a little, working a little. It's been fun, but haven't been home.
We're happy that you've made it to this part of the world.
Yeah, I love Asia. Are you kidding me? I love Asia. I really do. I've been to Thailand and Japan and China and Bali. It's I love it here.
Well, and obviously they love you. So I think, he's like, yeah, it's me. So I know everybody in the audience probably have some questions. Are we ready for questions from the audience? Yes? Okay, so we're going to take some questions in English, please, if you can. You pick it. Oh, but that was, okay, do you want me to translate that into Chinese? 他刚才说你可以帮我翻译吗 But that's good. 他说他英文不好，翻译的怎么样？Okay, I'm translating his English into Chinese right now. That's what I'm doing. 试一试，我觉得你说的不错，试一试。
But this question is too difficult to me. I think.
要问很复杂的，什么事儿？
我就想问一下，这个《吸血鬼日记》第6季，它是会有什么样的变化？包括在人物、剧情或者在风格方面。
哎呀，那可能真是因为我们聊的时候，你们都听懂了，对吧？因为其实以前我会问一问。真抱歉，因为我们其实为了节省时间，所以我们都用英文。他刚才已经说了，哎，刚才这段话我用中文说了呀，对不对？你们都听见了，中文也不认真。
但是我觉得他应该多少知道一点点。
所以你不信任他？
不是不信任，但是我觉得他多少应该知道一点点内幕，或者是就是一点点的变化，他都不知道吗？
难怪你这个话不愿意自己说，你说让我怎么跟他说？
What's happening?
Okay, so he asked about what happens in season 6, but I said I also translated into Chinese, what was going on because you don't know, but he thinks you must know a little bit.
I really don't know anything.
Okay.
I know one thing. I do know one thing. One thing. It's a top secret though, so you can't tell anybody. Okay? I will be back to the show this year. Elena will be there. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Oh,
thank you.
He looks shocked. He really
I know, he looks so sad now.
他告诉你一个最大的秘密就是千万别告诉任何人，就是第6季 Elena 会回来。谢谢，来，我们再来一个，如果可以用英语就把手举更高一点。You can? Who can? You can. Then you up.
Hey Nina, I love you. I
love you too.
I just want to ask, which part of your body you think is hottest?
Wow.
The Chinese voice. You think?
And he said it so fluently too.
He must have.
He's been practicing.
He has.
How about this? I'm going to turn it around. What part of my body do you think is hottest?
I think it's your eyes.
I think your heart is the hottest. How about that?
Thank
that was
you.
Very sweet.
Thank you.
Thank you, 谢谢.
See, Chinese boys are pretty forward.
Yeah,
it's really not
he's
how
smooth.
Yeah. Okay.
He's silky smooth.
All right, one more. Should we go with a girl, Nina?
Yes, please.
Pick one.
I like the red hat. Red hat.
Nina, you're my Andrew.
Where are you?
Oh,
Here.
hi.
Oh, you're my Andrew.
I'm your
so
angel?
excited.
Lovely to meet you.
Oh, Thank you. I wanna ask that which boy do you prefer, Damon or Stefan? I mean personally.
Well, Damon. Oh, right, Damon or Stefan.
Damon or Stefan would be Elena, right? Who Elena prefers?
Oh no, for you.
Oh, well.
Yeah, which vampire do you, Nina, personally prefer?
I mean, I think Elena was smart. She tried both of them. So I would agree with her. But it's like a buffet. You try each thing, and then you move on to the next thing. So now she has to go explore the world and try a French Damon and Italian Stefan. So, I don't know, travel and try things and meet people and, I don't know. She's confused as I am too.
Too many boys.
Too many boys. Thank you.
可以吗?
Vampire problems.
Thank you. Nina, I love you.
I love you
As a
too.
girl. Thank you.
I love you too.
Do we have more time? Okay. Last one? Last one. Okay, Nina, be very careful.
Is it a boy? Is that why I should be careful? Oh, what about the girl
last
right
one.
there?
This is the
in
last
the
question.
red
In
hat.
the red hat. 好，
Yes.
红帽子.
With the polka dots. Cute.
小红帽.
Nina, I love you.
I love you too.
I want to know Nina and Catherine, which one you like better?
I like playing both of them enough to, like when I play one, I get bored of her and then I play the other one. So I actually love playing both of them a lot. But Catherine's more fun because she's different and she's crazy. And I'm not crazy, I think.
Okay, I
Then
like
again,
Catherine. Thank you.
Thank you.
谢谢. Okay, so that's all the questions that we're going to be able to take from the audience today. There is one last question. Many thanks to Lux as our partner for today's show. So how does it feel being a spokesmodel this time for Lux?
It's great, you know. When I first heard about the brand, people I wanted to do some research and look into it, and everybody who's endorsed Lux, be it Natalie Portman, who's I'm a very big fan of. I admire her and I admire her work, and she's like a style icon, and she's what we call now a shine icon. Mm-hmm. So I wanted to be it's cool to be associated with a brand that associates with cool actors, and I was honored and excited to have them choose me to be their endorser, and I love it.
And we're so glad that they brought you to us this time.
Yeah.
Okay, so everybody that comes to Sohu, we have kind of like this Hall of Fame place where we put everybody's fingerprints, handprints, footprints? No, handprints.
Cool.
So we're going to do that for you right now, and I'm going to invite Mr. Charles Zhang, the CEO of Sohu, founder of Sohu, to help us with this ceremony. Charles just came from a basketball game.
How are you? Thank you so much for having me.
How?
So on behalf of Sohu, welcome to Sohu and welcome to China.
Thank
and
you.
And also, last year, Paul and Ian visited us, and so it was hugely successful. And also, Vampire Diary has such a huge fan base in China. And since
I can see that, yeah.
We introduced American TV dramas to China, and then suddenly you have a lot of followings and a lot of fans in this part of the world, which basically 1.3 billion people and also a few hundred million
That's
young,
not
young
a lot.
people. So you should come to Beijing more. And,
I would love
welcome.
to, and I guess I should thank you if you were the one who basically introduced us to everyone. Then thank you for making me popular and for bringing me here. I appreciate it.
Okay, Nina. So you actually have to press down
Pretty
kind of hard. Yeah.
Okay.
So both hands? 是两只手吗？一只手。Okay.
I'm sorry.
啊，真得用劲儿。
barely made an imprint, but it looks pretty on my
But you
hand.
have the print on your hand. Thank you, Nina. Thank you so much for being
Do you want
here.
to shake my hand? No.
Oh, you have to sign it too. You have to sign it too with your
I feel
name.
like do I need to do it again?
Do you want to do it again? Sure.
It's not big enough.
哦，拿起来。OK。
Yeah, more
好
for it.
OK。Okay. I think your hand is. All right, there you go. And now sign your name.
Where do I sign it?
Anywhere.
Inside or outside?
Yeah, anywhere. Whatever looks good.
It's not really showing, but. It's not really showing.
不是特别那个，还有水更多的笔吗？All right.
Nope.
Not much better.
We'll do it later.
Oh, it could be because of the, because of the gold thingy. Okay, then how about holding it up for a picture?
Okay. But it's not.
Wonderful, thank you. 来，合影。你不拍照，你得拍。好。
这个 Friday dress down。
Wrap this up. Thank you. Bye bye, Charles. Thank you,
Bye, thank
Charles.
you.
谢谢大家。每次来搜狐，其实都能感觉到是一个大家庭。粉丝还要送礼品呢、啊？在哪儿礼物 ？Oh, they have presents for you.
Oh wow.
OK， 那就来吧，一个一个来啊，一起来。
Thank you.
她自己做的
It's a giraffe that she made by herself. You actually made this?
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Aww.
I appreciate it. It's very sweet.
拍个照呀 ，OK, one picture, picture with the giraffe. 你把那个鹿拿起来，把鹿拿出来。他不敢抱，他手放上去，然后不敢。好，谢谢。
Thank you.
来下一个同学。Chewing gum.
Are you saying I need chewing gum? Can you translate?
Hong Kong, this morning, so it's hard for me to get some
To get a real present.
Yeah.
No, I'm joking. I'm just kidding. I actually.
Oh, but that's sweet.
No. I'm very grateful. Actually, I was just thinking that I feel I need gum, and you're a mind reader. You read my mind, so it's perfect. Yes, thank you.
So sweet.
I'm American. No, I'm not American. I'm Canadian, but it's stereotypical that Americans chew gum, right?
All the time.
Yeah. Thank you.
谢谢。
Selfie? You want to take a selfie?
哇，他手真的抖得好厉害。啊。There you go. Thank you.
谢谢。
Thank you. 好了，那确实真的是每次来都像好朋友聊天一样。谢谢大家，也谢谢所有的搜狐网友们收看今天的丽娜见面会。我们下次再见，谢谢 ，Thank you. Keep watching Vampire Diaries, because Elena's gonna be back.
Yep.
Woo! Big surprise.